What's going on, everyone? This is day 31 of the series Dreams to Reality. It's a series where I talk about my journey on going from 0 to 10K in a month, as well as dropping little pieces of gems and knowledge that I've learned throughout the entire process. A little bit of background knowledge on me if you're new to the series. My name is Khalil Forrest. I'm a former athlete. I played basketball for about 15 to 16 years up until JUCO basketball, and then I transferred over to entrepreneurship, where I now run an insurance company with my father, where we specialize in life and health insurance. And then I also started a marketing agency with one of my former teammates that I grew up with, in which we work with dealerships, restaurants, and real estate agents to help them with their organic marketing via Instagram, TikTok, those kinds of platforms. Now, the piece of knowledge that I wanted to drop today was that your reps turn into your results, and that coexists within your confidence, right? A lot of the times you may be worried or not as confident as you should be with, say, you have a presentation or you have a sales call that you're going to do, or you're a athlete or whatever it is that you may be lacking a little bit of confidence in. The only reason is because you haven't put enough reps in, right? If I have say the game's on the line and I have to make two free throws to win the game. If I haven't practiced shooting hundreds and thousands of free throws, obviously when it comes time for that game where I'm going to have to shoot these game-winning free throws, you most likely might miss, not only because of the pressure, but simply because you haven't put in the reps. If you have a presentation, right, and you're going to present in front of 100 people, and you didn't practice going over your slides, going over your words, exactly how you wanted to say what you wanted to say, what's on your slides, and how you can kind of explain that or elaborate on it, chances are you might mess up and you're going to be afraid. But if you're consistently putting in the reps and getting those practice shots, those practice presentations in, when it comes time to perform, you're going to perform at a high level simply because you did what it takes in order to get there, right? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's something that my dad always taught me growing up. Just being able to prepare properly is going to, have you be able to do a great performance and ultimately gain as much confidence as you want to be in whatever it is that you're doing. For example, let's say like besides the free throw, say you're a salesman and you're calling a bunch of leads, but you maybe haven't practiced your script or you haven't learned any objection handling because you're going to deal with those, right? When people start throwing these things at you, you're not going to know what to say. You're going to most likely lose thousands of dollars simply because you weren't properly prepared, and that's the biggest thing, right? I was watching a Chris Williamson podcast along with Alex Hormozy, and another thing that they were talking about was jealousy and how that's basically a stupid emotion, and that the reason why is because you never know the process that person paid to get the skills that you admire about them. And he gave an example about Tiger Woods, right? Let's say you're an aspiring golfer and you're like, I want to be like Tiger Woods, but you don't know everything he did, and you may not be willing to do everything that he did to get to that level, right? You may say, oh, I want to have the swing like him, but you don't know when he was growing up, when he was 3 years old, his dad put him on the training course and was talking crazy to him, heckling him, discouraging him because he knew that's what he would face as a black man in a white man's sport growing up, right? He knew he was going to get heckled. He knew he was going to deal with racist comments that people wouldn't believe in him. He wouldn't belong. And what did he do to overcome that? He put in the work and practice every single day. Put in thousands and thousands of shots, different golf swing, different clubs, different distances, power, and everything in between in order to get to that level, right? You may admire even someone that you may know, right, who's a successful businessman, and you say, I want to be like him, or you're jealous of him. How did he get that? But you don't know everything that he did, right? The long nights, the early mornings, long nights, the stress, the anxiety, every little detail that comes along with it. You can't pick and choose the little things that you want. You have to be willing to wear that whole outfit, right? You can't just say, "Oh, let me just get that tie." No, you're gonna have to wear that suit, the shoes, the watch, the just everything that comes with it, right? You can't just pick and choose the little things. You have to go all in, and if you don't expect to get similar or the same results as the person that did what and was willing to go all in and perform at the level that they're performing at, right? So when it comes to jealousy, instead of being jealous, use it as motivation and then learn how they did it and basically just mimic the exact steps that they did. And sooner or later, you're going to start to see the results that you want. And then from there, it's just about growing and consistently putting in those reps, consistently putting in that work that it takes to get to this high level, to get to that top 1% of, the most successful people in the world. And that's what I want to do, right? A lot of people are okay with being average, and I'm not downing it. Everyone has, their own beliefs and ideology, but when it comes down to it, there's only one of you, right? And you live. People say you only live once, but you live every single day, and you only die once. That's one thing that I like to say. And why not live every day like it's your last, right? Do everything and exhaust yourself to the point to where it's like, okay, I left it all on the line. I can live with the results. And most likely, because you were to put all that work and you dedicated yourself every single day, every single hour, and instead of measuring things in minutes or days, every few days, right? Measure it in hundreds. So hundreds of hours, hundreds of days, hundreds of weeks. And then over the years, you're going to start to see that you're just consistently growing and growing and growing in all aspects of your life, right? And that's what it comes down to. Staying disciplined and staying, consistent in whatever you choose to do, whether that's a business, whether that's sales, whether that's an athlete, whether that's, a teacher, anything, right? It comes down to what are you willing to sacrifice in order to get to the level that you want to, right? You can't have everything and not be willing to give up something. So, you may want to become a multi-millionaire. Like that's one of the things that I want to do. And once I start hitting that status, then I'm gonna start thinking in billions. And in order to get there, right, you're gonna have to give up your weekends, a lot of time, fun right now, and delayed gratification to have fun later. Right, the fun that I can have right now, whether that's clubbing or going out. I don't drink, but people, my peers drink, with all that stuff. Right, that may be fun right now, but in 10 years, we're gonna look back and say, okay, what did I gain from those past 10 years? What have I learned? What skills have I created? And so that I can be prepared for the upcoming years of my future, my future family, my future self, doing it for myself, and then ultimately inspiring others to be able to do it for themselves as well, right? Giving up a lot, I gave up a lot of things, and even when I talked about my basketball career, right? Growing up, I missed, I gave up a lot of my childhood to become the best basketball player that I could, and the reps that I put in, I got the results that I liked, right? I led California in scoring in JUCO basketball as a sophomore. And what I learned was, going in from that freshman to sophomore year, every single day, I'd put up 500 makes a day, all around the three, all around the mid range, different kinds of dribbles, and into different kinds of shots. And that translated to the games. I started averaging about like 20, around 20, like 22 points per game. I think it was 24. I don't even remember specifically, but um, right, I was leaving California and scoring, and I'm a 5'10", 5'11" guard playing against people who are way bigger, way stronger, more athletic. But it comes down to the work that I was willing to put in. From a 5-year-old little kid asking my dad, "Can we go to the park to go shoot?" and annoying him every single day. Can I get better? I wasn't. I was fortunate enough to have a family that was able to give me a blessed life, but it wasn't like I had a huge house and a court or a gym access whenever I wanted to, right? So I was just going in the little alley behind my townhouse, 2-bedroom, 2-ball dribbling with my dad, while cars are coming. I gotta get out the way, right? Doing those little things, and looking back, it's like I instilled this discipline and hard work from when I was 5 years old, and just growing that over time to when I got to high school, became an all-state player, right? Won a championship my freshman year of high school. My last game of high school had almost 40 points. And then transitioning that into college, freshman year, I saw what real grown man basketball was. To where my sophomore year, I prepared and I led the state in scoring, right? So now everything that I've learned from that, I just transferred over to the whole business world. And right now I'm in the baby steps. I'm all the way down here. But throughout, these next few years, it's just gonna go like this. It's gonna go down, down a little bit, but come back up. And in the long run, I'm, like I said, measuring hundreds, not days, not a few days, not a few weeks, in hundreds. And over this long period of time, I'm gonna start to see this exponential growth, and I'm gonna turn all my dreams into my reality. That's why I call this series "Dreams to Reality." Just documenting each step along the way and all the things that I've learned, just putting it out there. And I'm gonna look back and I'm be like, dang, I really talked about this. I spoke it into existence, right? So that's just kind of what I've been about, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video. It's not going to be too long, about 10 minutes, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys can relate in any type of way, feel free to DM me on Instagram at Khalil Forrester, or comment down below, and I'll be able to respond to you guys. Like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.